Jeffrey Guterman here with the Strat-O-Matic network, and oh Lord, I'm trying to get going here to do this game. This is September 23 in our 1969 replay, and this is the first of a two-game series. Montreal at Chicago. I have still yet to set up my lineups, so I'm starting early. I hope you don't mind. If this bores you, you can come back. In a few minutes, my life is a complete wreck. Complete wreck. But this distracts me. Fairly. Bateman and Wine and Stoneman. All fall into place. It should all fall into place. Where I got that from. Let's get some crowd noise in here. Let's set the Cubs up. Throw these players in. It takes a while, you know, when you're doing this. By hand. There are the and wine. That covers the expos. Pitcher catches short, first, third, second, right, left, center. Cubs lineup is different than usual. He is Leo DeRocher. Has mixed it up a bit, changed his lineup. At this point, the Mets had a 6-game lead, and I think they basically were throwing in the towel at this point. That's a pretty hefty lead with 140, 155, 7 games left. These are the exact lineups. And there's our lineups. I'm going to go over them. For the Expos, they have Bill Stoneman, right-hander, and for the Cubs, it's Kenny Holtzman, right-hander. A Saturday special, Peskies versus Cubs. Greetings to Kathy. Greetings, great to have you here as always. Wouldn't be the same without you. In the standings, just to let you know, Montreal is in last place, but they are only one game behind Philadelphia, and it happens to be 2 in the loss column, 65 and 155 and 140, 153. As far as the Cubs go, they are flat-footed tied with the Mets in tied for third place. So that's a race, those races in themselves. Greetings, Ivan. Great to see you. Let's look at our lineups. The leading off is Gary Sutherland at second, Staub in right, Bailey in left, LeBoy at third, Herrera in center, Fairley at first, Bateman catching, Bobby Wine, the shortstop, and Bill Stoneman, the pitcher. He has 110. He won 11 in real world. Right-hander. For the Cubs, Oscar Gamble in center, Beckert at second, Williams in left, Hickman in right, Banks at first, Santos switching from cleanup to sixth at third, Popovich in for the semi-injured Kessinger at short, Hundley catching, and Holtzman, left-hander. He has 117. He won 17 in real world. In this game, Montreal won at 7-3 in real world. And Stoneman went all the way. Cubs had 5 pitchers. Holtzman. They also used Decker, Colborn, Abernathy, and Selma. Both teams were off on the 22nd, if you may recall. That was an abbreviated travel day. About half the teams didn't play. Notable substitutions in this game in real world is Ty Klein came in to play left field for Bob Bailey at the end of the game. Pinch hitters for the Cubs, with all those pitchers they had, were Jimmy Hall, Kessinger, and Willie Smith. And we'll keep all of that in mind. We had some early showers here in Chicago, but they have subsided. I go by real world weather. Go back with the red die. I'm going to play the first inning here and then take a brief break, as I am just... I stayed in bed late today till 8:45 a.m. It was tough feeling. So many things going on, so many moving parts in my life. And not a lot I can do about it. Maybe Monday I can call some people, take care of some business. Oh. And we are in Wrigley Field, and the Cubs take the field. Here's Holtzman on the mound, taking his warm-ups, catching him Hundley. Banks at first, Beckert at second, Santo at third, Popovich at short. Outfield is left to right, Billy Williams, Gamble, and Hickman. And leading it off for the Peskies is Gary Sutherland. I hope you don't mind me calling you Ivan Morel. It's just one of those things, a nickname. If you prefer I call you Morel, I'll call you Morel. Okay, thank you. God, this thing doesn't. And here's Sutherland now facing Holtzman, left-hander. You like the nickname. Here's Holtzman. And the pitch to Sutherland. 210 against the left-hander, grounds it to short. Popovich has it. And throws it to Banks for the first out. One away, we are underway here at Wrigley. Friendly confines. In case you're interested, as far as ballpark effects, home runs fly out pretty easily, 1 to 17 for left-handers and right-handers. Singles are 1 to 18 left-handers, 1 to 11 for right-handers. Here's Rusty Staub now. With 1 out, nobody on, Holtzman on the mound, looking for win number 18. Here's the pitch to Staub. That's 2-7 left-handed, grounds it to second for Beckert, and he throws it to Banks, 2 away. On a 2-7 left-handed. That was lefty-lefty, and now here's Bob Bailey. We have Kathy Harden here with us. We have Ivan Morel Francis with us. And we have others with us. Not yet in the live text. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, here's Holtzman now facing Bailey. For 5, right-handed. That's a grounder to short. Popovich again. He fields it cleanly and throws it to Banks, and the side is retired. It was a 4-5 right-handed. A 1-2-3 inning for Ken Holtzman. On 3 ground balls, we've gone 1/2. My games tend to go long. I don't want to interfere with the game of the week by Baseball Demos, my mentor, my Strat-O-Matic mentor. So this game could end around noon. If we hear from him, we don't know the start time, the exact start time for his game, but I don't like to interfere. I don't see his game posted yet, so we'll have to wait on that. Here's Bill Stoneman. He's 110 for the Expos, these expansion Expos. Expos trying to they were in 5th place for much of the year, and then the Phillies caught up with them and have taken a 1-game lead. And so that's very important to these clubs. Whoops. Phillies play the Pirates much later on this date. And that's a whole nother story. Pirates with a 4-game lead in the East. And St. Louis wow, don't tell me they're off. My Lord. No, they play the Mets. Well, leading it off is Oscar Gamble. Left-handed hitter. Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Gamble. That's 4-7 left-handed, and that is a base hit by Gamble to start it off. Single off of Stoneman. 4-7 left-handed, single 1-9. It was a 2. So Gamble is on, not much of a threat to steal. Stoneman a +1, not being held. And here's Glenn Becker. A B bunter. We'll have him hit away. Just sort of a preference. Here's Stoneman. And the pitch. 1-4, that's a ballpark slash on a 12 right-handed. And oh, caught beautifully by Bobby Wine. 1-11, it would have went through. Look at that, Bobby Wine makes a beautiful catch. Again, it was a 1-4 right-handed ballpark slash. And just missed, beautiful catch by Wine. saving a base hit or preventing a base hit. Here's Billy Williams, now left-handed hitter, with Gamble on first, one down. Just underway here. Bottom of the first, no score. Here's Stoneman. And the pitch to Williams. 4-7 left-handed, and that is a base hit off Stoneman. One asteroid. Gamble will go to second. It was a 4-7. Left-handed single, 1-9. It was a 4 on that 20 die. And that makes it first and second, one out for my man Jim Hickman in the cleanup spot. Okay, Stoneman. He looks in, he gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Hickman now. That's 4-11 right-handed, struck him out. And that's a big one, I would say. First strikeout by Stoneman to make it 2 away for Ernie in a clutch situation. It was a 4-11 right-handed. And here's Ernie now. Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Okay, Stoneman from the stretch. Clutch situation. Ernie has a clutch hit in his 2 column. Here's the pitch to Banks. Yep, that's 2-10, and that is a grounder to second for Sutherland. And he's got it, and he throws it too fairly to retire the side. It was a 2-10 right-handed, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits for the Cubs, 2 singles. Gamble and Williams. Both left on, we've gone 1. And it is a scoreless ball game. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. We welcome trivia questions. If you have them, let me know. And let me know when you want to give them. I am going to get some fresh air for about 2 to 3 minutes. Indeed. And when I come back, we'll continue this ball game. This is the Strat-O-Matic network. I will say that it rained here in Montreal earlier this morning, and now there is just a, when I say just a little droplets, and they're playing in it. Little droplets of water coming down. And we're heading to the top of the second. I think I'll get another cup of coffee here. You've seen that in baseball. When I say little droplets, I mean little. They're consistent, but they're tiny little droplets that really don't make a big deal. Here's Doug. It's not a mist. It's less than a mist. Little drops. Slow. Slow ones, Doug. Well, here's Holtzman, the left-hander. He retired the Peskies in order in the second on 3 ground balls. And leading it off is Coco LeBoy, the cleanup hitter today. Mac Jones is out. And here's Holtzman now. The pitch to LeBoy. .411 right-handed, he walked him. There's your first base runner for Montreal today. Coco is on first. Oh, 1-9, wow. Thank you, Doug. And likewise. You can't beat it. Demos is here, and Demos, I don't know if you have a start time for your game, but I'm gonna end this broadcast. Don't want to compete with that. I go slow. I go real slow. Demos. So let me know when your game is starting. You said 12-ish. Noonish. Yeah, but I'm not sure this game will end by then, so if it's noonish, we'll go till noon. We have 2 hours. Coco is on first and Jose Herrera, and hopefully we would then resume the game after the game of the week. That's the great thing about Strat-O-Matic. You can play it when you want. Oh, Demos, I don't know about that. I don't want to impose on you. Let's see how this game proceeds. because this, you know, you know me. I'm a slow roller. Here's Holtzman with LeBoy on first, no outs. Jose Herrera at the plate. That's 6-5, right-handed. That's a grounded or short X. It's our first X today. And that will be Popovich in for Kessinger, the hurt Kessinger, who did pinch hit later, 322. We may have our own rain delay. Because it was raining this morning and there's little droplets right now. 322, 3-3, that's going to be an S1 base hit. And Popovich is a E22. That's 6-12-17. That doesn't smell right. No, it's a two-base error. My Lord. Look at that, 17. S1, E2, single and an error, batted to third, all runners score. Boy, he really messed that one up. Single and you can call it a two-base error. LeBoy scores. Not sure if that's going to be earned or not. I don't keep that stat. I'm not an expert on that, but we'll just leave it for now. And it's a 1-0 ball game. Paul Popovich, God knows how he did that. If it's a single and a two-base error, he had to have thrown that, got the ball that would have been an infield hit, got to it, and had no chance, but nevertheless mistakenly went to get Herrera at first, and he threw it way back beyond Ernie Banks, and Herrera rounded second and went to third. That's really something. So now Herrera is on third with nobody out. If any of you have any strategic suggestions, I welcome them. Just be nice about it. Here's Ron Fairley. Holtzman. And the pitch. 5-9, left-handed. Oh boy, that's hit deep. And he's got the power, and it's a 2-run home run for Ron Fairley off Holtzman. And I'm going to say that's going to be all earned. A 2-run home run by Ivan's Expos. The Peskies. Look at that again, 5-9, left-handed. Home run 1-9 and home run. He's got the power, and it was a 7. Well, go figure. 3-0, Peskies. You for the Peskies, Kathy? And Fairley has power. Fairly good power. That is his 16th home run of the season. He had 12 in real worlds. So 3-0, no outs, no one on. That's the good news for the Cubs. She's for the Peskies. Okay, so it's 3-0. And the Mets are fighting for a third place finish. They're flat-footed tied with Chicago. Mets play the Cards later today. When I say today, I mean this date. It won't be today. Here's Bateman now. Holtzman. And that's a 2-8 left-handed fly ball center gamble. Under it. Makes the catch, 1 away. Now Bobby Wine. Next Saturday, and we're not talking today, we're talking a week from Saturday. Baseball Demos game of the week. Mets at Cubs. Mays plays center and leads off. Oh yeah, this wasn't his first game though, was it? Because I went to that game in real world. I wonder if it was on a Saturday. I wonder if it was that game. I've told the story about it before. I don't want to get into it again. Oh, it was in Chicago. Oh, okay. Well, then it was definitely not the game. Okay. Yeah. And you're in April. But you're what date is this? Here's Bobby Wine. This must be later in the season. Here's Holtzman, the pitch to Wine. I'm from New York. Yes, Ivan. Been down in Florida since '83. It's a June 30 game. You're talking about your game. Here's the pitch to Wine. 6'5", right-handed, grounds to short X. That's going to be Popovich again, who made the 2-base error. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Popovich, a 322. Oh, again, 3-3, S1 goes through. Kessinger would have had that. He's an E22. 5-9-12. And this time he throws him out. 2 away. Oh, okay. So it's 2 outs, and here's Stoneman now. His first plate appearance. Top of the second, 3-0 Expos on a 2-run home run by Fairley. Herrera knocked in LeBoy on a single and a 2-base error. Oh, that is good coffee. Oh. Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Holtzman, from Holtzman. 2-9, he grounds it to first. And Banks picks it up and takes it to the bag. So the side is retired after 3 runs on 2 hits, an error, a walk, none left on. We are in the middle of the second inning. It's Montreal Peskies 3, Chicago Cubs nothing. And here comes Stoneman now with a 3-0 lead. Again, this is the first of a 2-game series. We are in the last week, just about the last week of the season here, give or take. I believe the final games are played on October 1. So it's close to say we are close to basically the last week. Leading it off for the Cubs will be Ron Santo. Stoneman on the mound. He allowed 2 base hits, left him on in the first. Here's the pitch to Santo. That's 1-9 right-handed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Stoneman. He's got a pretty good ratio. 185 and 236. Don't know if you can read that, depending on the device you're using. But a 1-9 right-handed struck him out. And here's Paul Popovich. Again, in real world, Kessinger pinch hit, and these are all for the pitchers. Willie Smith pinch hit and Jimmy Hall pinch hit. It was a 7-3 win by Montreal. They led 7-0 after 3.5. Then the Cubs scored a run, 7-1. And then they scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th, the Cubs, to make it 7-3. Here's Popovich now. Switch hitter. Batting left against Stoneman. Here's the pitch. 3-9 right-handed, gets it grounded back to Stoneman. And he throws it to Fairley for the out, 2-away. And I think you're talking about imposing rain delays, demos. Forecast, coincidentally, is that there may be showers here. The drizzling has stopped, but there are threatening clouds. And the forecast is a 50% chance for rain in the next hour and 3/4. So we may have to delay this one. 2 outs. Nobody on. Randy Hundley comes to the plate. It's 3-0 Peskies. Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Hundley. 5-11. Right-handed, grounds to first X. That's for Fairley. Fairley at 217. .217, that's going to be a 9-2. G2 gets to it. E17, 5-8-9. And he takes it to the bag. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bill Stoneman. And we've gone 2. It's still 3-0 Montreal Pesquis. In a pesky little game here. Here's Kenny Holtzman now. He has a +7 hold, but that's brought down to +4 with Hundley. Still quite inviting for those who are good Steelers. Attendance today is a whopping 3,047. 3,047. And here in Wrigley Field, I think this was at the stage where the Mets' magic number was 1 or 2 by this point. And they are pretty disgusted with their Cubs. 3,000. It was a day game, a Tuesday day game. It is the top of the 3rd now. Gary Sutherland leads it off. For 1. Here's Kenny now. The windup and the pitch to Sutherland. That's 5-5 right-handed. Struck him out. And that's the first strikeout for Kenny Holtzman today. 1 down. It's a different alternate reality in our replay. The Mets are not the amazing Mets, but they are quite impressive, having their best year as a franchise ever. That's the way I look at it. Their record is identical to the Cubs, 79 and 76, 3 games over 500. 68 was their best year up to that point, incrementally better than any year prior. But this year they have come out to prove to be that they are they're a 500 ball club, and a little better than that. Okay, here's Staub now. He grounded to second, Holtzman. And the pitch. That's going to be 1-6 left-handed, 1-1. And running for it is Hickman. He makes the catch. 2 away. against the left-hander. 1-6, triple one. And Hickman makes the catch. 2 outs. And here comes Bob Bailey, who grounded out. Holtzman now. And the pitch to Bailey. 5-5 right-handed, struck him out. So the tale of 3 innings here. Another 1-2-3 for Holtzman. He allowed the 3 runs in the second, but otherwise looking pretty good. And we are in the middle of the third, and it is still 3-0. Pesky Expos. We're moving to the bottom of the third now. And here's Bill Stoneman. And it looks like I have a question for the middle of, I'm sorry, the top of the fourth. And it's a, you know, I'm interested in true crime and things like that. It's a baseball question. It's not very pleasant, but it's of interest. Make too big a deal of it. Okay, here's Stoneman, and Holtzman will lead it off. Out of the frickin' coffee again. We'll need another cup for this question of mine. Here's Stoneman now. That is 2-7, struck him out. Third strikeout for Stoneman. 1 out. And here's Oscar Gamble. Gamble singled left on in the first by Stoneman. Here's Stoneman now. 2-3 right-handed, grounds it to short for Wine. And he throws it on to Fairley for the second out. And Glenn Beckert is the batter. Beckert popped too short. If I recall, it was a liner that Wine got on a ballpark slash. Just got it by 1. Here's Stoneman now. .35 right-handed, grounds to third, and it's Coco. And it is a 1-2-3 inning, so Stoneman looking pretty good here. He's retired 8 in order. And now we're going to get to my question here. User discretion advised. This one is disturbing. Here it is. Name the professional baseball player who in 1900 killed his wife and 2 children and then died by suicide. He did it right there, right after he did them. And Bill Ivamy gets it. There's Bill Ivamy there. Boy, Ivamy knows his shit. His name was Marty Bergen. It's not a very pleasant thing to think about. He was on the Boston Bean Eaters. And it happened over 120 years ago. They say he appeared to have a mental illness. By 1899, he experienced hallucinations, had to be removed from a game due to odd behavior, and walked off from the team train during a trip to Boston. And on January 19, 1900, he killed his wife and 2 children. Oh, okay, Kathy, I'm sorry if that bothered you. If it did, I am so sorry. He was a great catcher, though. And that's a sad tragedy. And I'm sorry if that has disturbed any people. Well, let's move on. That probably wasn't such a great idea, Bill, huh? I don't know where I get these ideas. I'm the Edgar Allan Poe of Strat-O-Matic. Yeah, well, that's one way to put it. We're heading to the top of the 4th. It will be Holtzman now, 3-0. A little more coffee here. Thank you, Bill. It's not always pleasant. It's, I run the risk of upsetting people sometimes, but okay, Holtzman will face Coco LeBoy to lead it off. I just read the story and I was just pretty amazed by it. Oh, they had a lot of gas. Okay, here's Coco, doubled and walked and scored. You can do bad jokes all you want. You do anything you want. Here's Holtzman. That's 5-9. Oh my. Oh, Lord. Coco, and that is gone. A 5-9 right-handed. End home run 1-6. He's got the power. It's a 4. So another home run. Allowed by Holtzman. This one to Coco LeBoy. Montreal takes a 4-0 lead. Ah, well. I'm not bothered by bad jokes too much. Unless they're really bad. Coco LeBoy gets a hold of one. Again, 5-9 right-handed. 1-6 gone. And he's got the power against left-handers. And that makes it 4-0. The game is following the real world somewhat. For Coco, that's number 23. Wow. He had 18 in real world. This is number 23 in our replay. And there is action in the Cubs bullpen. Just checking my call-ups. There's Joe Decker. Not too bad. He could be a candidate to come in first. He pitched in this game in real world. A right-hander. We'll look to him. Joe Decker is warming. Here's Herrera now. 4-0 Montreal. And Holtzman. The pitch to Herrera. 3-8 left-handed. There's a base hit. And here comes Leo. Having a talk with Holtzman here. I could pull him for Joe Decker, but maybe we ought to just give him a chance to see if he can get out of this. Decker's first year was 69. He pitched 12 innings. He had a 2.92 ERA. He's a right-hander. He ended up playing 9 years. If anyone wants me to pull Holtzman, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to let him hit to Fairley here, who is a left-handed hitter against Holtzman, the southpaw. Herrera 1-13, 1-17. Whoa. Whew. 1-17 with a lead. 1 to 15. He will be held, even though he's got a good chance of getting picked off. Good chance of getting picked off there. 8, 10, and 11. And here comes Ron Fairley now. Oh, here's Holtzman. Fairley hit the 2-run home run. In the second, here's the pitch. That's 310 left-handed. He pops it up to the right side foul territory for Banks, who makes the catch, 1 out. Herrera's still being held. And here comes John Bateman. Bateman flew to center in the second. Ooh, Lord help me. Okay, Bateman now. Holtzman from the stretch. 4-6 right-handed, struck him out. And that's the third for Holtzman. It was a 4-6 right-handed. And here's Bobby Wine. Wine grounded to short in the second. Oh. Here's Holtzman now, trying to get out of this. Haddad on first, 2 outs. And the pitch to Wine. That's 6-11 right-handed. Fly ball right X. That's Hickman, a 3-5. Three, 5, 10, 3, F2 gets to it. E5, 6, 12, 16. And he makes the catch. Out in right field to retire the side. 1 run though. To make it 4-0 Expos. Expos Peskies. And we move to the bottom of the 4th now. Bill Stoneman. Has held the Cubs scoreless through 3. Bottom of the 4th. Oh, God. Cubs need something going here. It'll be Williams, Hickman, and Banks facing Stoneman. His first endurance inning is the 6th. He starts the 4th here. No runs, 2 hits, both in the first inning. Struck out 3. Here's the windup and the pitch to Williams. 6-5 left-handed. Oh boy, that's a blast. Oh Lord, it drops in for a double. Just missing. The wall. It hit the wall right at the top of the wall, bounced down, and it was picked up nicely by Herrera to throw it in, but Williams with his second hit of the ball game with a leadoff double on a 6-5 left-handed. 15 on the 20 die. And here's Hickman. Oh. Hickman has good power. Here's Stoneman now. From the stretch and the pitch to Hickman. That's 1-8 right-handed, struck him out. He struck out swinging. 1 away. And here comes Ernie Banks. Looks like he struck out a lot. He only had 338 at bats, 74 strikeouts. Oh, Lord. Here's Ernie now. The pitch from Stoneman to Banks. 6-4 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash. It's on a 12. Uh-oh, I don't think that's going to make it again. Right-handed in Chicago. No. Look at that, 11. And it's caught by Wine. Again, Wine nabbing a ballpark slash for the second out. Nice catch by Bobby Wine. Again, it was a 6-4 right-handed ballpark slash, single slash with Banks the right-handed hitter. 1-11. It was a 12. That'll be caught by Wine. So Santo comes up in a clutch situation here. Okay, here's Stoneman. Again, Williams in scoring position, clutch situation. Pitch to Santo. 2-8, and he pops it up to second for Sutherland, who makes the catch, and the side is retired. So Stoneman holding the Cubs scoreless after 4. It's 4-0. I think this is a great opportunity for me to take a little break here. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. It's 4-0 Montreal in a relatively meaningless game, although it matters to each of the teams, because the Expos are trying to overcome the Phillies. They're a game behind, and the Cubs are tied with the Mets for third. And within our replay, the fantasy replay, there is significant remuneration based on your record and your standings, and also in a different world, an alternate history, a sense of I don't know what the word would be, notoriety maybe, of when you come in second, third, whatever. It's 4-0 Expos. We've gone 4. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Again, I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Network. Bye. Oh, my Lord, help me. What have I done? I am just a fucked up person. I think that's all there is to it, that I am fucked up in some ways. Poor judgment. Emotionally disturbed. But I've got to learn. I got to keep learning to accept myself, learn from my mistakes, and try to do better. Don't forget, game of the week at noonish Eastern time. Baseball demos. Saturday game of the week. Always fun. And I always make a point of making it. And this game will not interfere with that game. Hey, I'm back. And I appreciate you all being here. This is about playing Strat-O-Matic. It's kind of sad, but it's really the only respite I get from my misery. And it's for nothing expos. And we're gonna see if there's any coffee left. There's probably less than a cup. It's getting dark. There are dark clouds hovering. And we have a trivia question, bottom of the fifth. I sure hope it's better than, I think you mean the middle of the fifth. That's my language. And thank you, Demos, for that very much. The dark clouds, though, are threatening. Rain is in the forecast. It rained earlier this morning here in Chicago. And Kenny Holtzman comes out. We'll see how he fares. It's 4-0. And he will face Bill Stoneman. He's throwing shutout baseball. There's a full cup left. And Kathy Harden is back. Great to have you back, Kathy. And you are right. They're being very pesky. Whoops, so sorry. It's 4-0, and here's Holtzman in his fifth inning. His first endurance is the seventh. And leading it off is Stoneman. We have a question after this half inning from Baseball Demos, who has a game at noonish. Here's the pitch from Holtzman. 5-8. Stoneman right-handed. Oh my, that's hit well into the gap. In left center, it's dropping. Extra bases. Whoa, Stoneman going for third, slides in safely. A triple by Bill Stoneman. Whoa. Stoneman, the right-handed, 5-8, triple 1-6, and it was a 2. That's a huge hit. Joe Decker is available. And of course, Holtzman is due up next inning. And this is always a judgment call because you want to recognize that Holtzman is not in fatigue, so his card is the same no matter what, unless he allows 5 runs this inning. But then you have realism. Here's Sutherland now. If anyone wants the infield in, let us know. I just assume this run's going to score. Here's Holtzman now. Infield is back. Pitch to Sutherland, 3-12 left-handed, and there is a base hit. And I think that's a time where we would take him out. Holtzman just did not have his stuff today. And Leo comes out, and that's it. And that's the only thing about Strat-O-Matic. They don't have sort of a system where a pitcher can lose their stuff before endurance, and you can keep them in all you want, you know. But for realism's sake, a 3-12 left-handed, Sutherland knocks home Stoneman, and it makes it a 5-0 ball game. And it will be Joe Decker. Granted, they had 5 pitchers in the game. Holtzman ends up pitching 4 innings. Six hits. He walked 1, struck out 3, and he's allowed 5, and he's responsible for Sutherland on first. And yes, a trivia question coming up from Baseball Demos. Joe Decker died at age 55 from head injuries following a fall at his home in Fraser, Michigan. Isn't that something? 55 years old. For those of you who are interested, this was his first season in Major League Baseball, and he was 1-0 with a 2.92 ERA. And this is not his Major League debut. Joe Decker comes out to take his warm-ups. just heard thunder. And Sutherland, Decker has a -1 hold. Will make him a -4. We will not hold Sutherland. He is a right-handed pitcher. Here's Decker now. He's ready. Facing Santo. I'm sorry, Staub. What am I thinking? Okay, here's Decker now. From the stretch with Sutherland on first. 5-0 Expos. And the pitch to Staub. That's 6-11 left-handed. Flies it to center. Under it is Gamble. He makes the catch and Sutherland holds 1 out. Action again in the Cubs bullpen. It's Ted Abernathy, the right-hander who pitched in this game in real world. So did Selma, so did Colborn. Abernathy happens to be warming. 1 out. And here's Bob Bailey, 0 for 2. Again, 5 runs allowed by Holtzman in 4 innings. He's responsible for Sutherland. Here's Bailey now, 0 for 2. The pitch from Decker. 5-2 right-handed. And that's a liner. Look at that. They don't even tell you where. Look at that. I don't know if you can all see that. That is a error of omission. It was single 1 to 11, a 13. And it's a line out. And that is that's a mistake there. Not the outcome, but who does it line out to? We'll call it the shortstop, Popovich, since he's a right-hander. 2 outs. Anyone ever notice that? That's supposed to denote where it goes. You ever notice that, Dems? 2 outs now. And here's Coco, who homered, solo blast. Whew. LeBoy has scored twice. He walked and scored and then homered. Solo blast. 2 outs, Sutherland on first, Decker, and the pitch. 1-8, and Decker right-handed. Grounds it to second. Infield is not in. He throws him out, nor was anyone being held, but that's not applied, and the side is retired. So 1 run on the leadoff triple by Stoneman, of all people. Knocked home by Sutherland with a base hit. We can close out Holtzman with 5 runs. Not effective today. We're in the middle of the 5th, and that means that there's going to be a question here from Baseball Demos. And get ready for it. Get ready for it now. Here it is. Great timing. What famous author tried to get his wife committed to an insane asylum so he could live with his 18-year-old mistress? Whoa. Boy, I have no idea. It's a great question. Oh, would Jim Bouton really do that? Bill Ivamy, I hope you're not right. Dickens. Whoa. It's not Jim Bouton. Dickens, I think Kathy Harden may be right on that. What a thing to do. Kathy got it. Oh, great question. And a great answer. Whew. And we got a red mic for both. And Bill too for trying. Bill Ivamy for trying. Boy, that's a crazy thing to do. People did crazy things, you know? And then I wonder what the story is on that. Did it work? Demo says he tried to commit her. It was much easier for family members to have, or anybody, to have someone committed. Today you have to meet criteria in most US states. You have specific involuntary criteria, danger to yourself or others, or mental illness resulting in functional impairment that makes you unable to care for yourself. But back then, in Dickens' time, and I guess would that be in England? Was he in the UK? And what a way to live with your 18-year-old mistress. Why not just move out? I think that was a weird judgment on Dickens' part. Charles, you knew that, Kathy. Charles Dickens. I'm taking a look. He went to prison for what, I'm not sure. You read it somewhere. It was, oh yeah, that's funny. Funny stuff demos. And I guess this is just something I'm going to have to wonder about. Rather than spend too much time, but it was a great question. Yes, it was the best of times and the worst of times. I feel that way today. There is a light drizzle here in Chicago, but they're going to continue to play ball. It's 5-0 Expos. And here comes Stoneman. Abernathy warming. And Paul Popovich to lead it off. Switch hitter batting left. Great question. I had no idea about that. Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Popovich. That's a 3-8 against the right-hander. Chops it to second for Sutherland. And that's 1 out. Speaking of Sutherland, very sad to hear that Donald Sutherland died a few days ago. Just a superb actor, I thought. Loved him in everything he did. I think he was 88, give or take. And here's Randy Hundley now. Stoneman the windup and the pitch to Hundley. 2-8 right-handed, grounds it back to Stoneman. And he throws it over to Fairley for the second out. Now the question is, and I'm only interested in hearing from people who are impartial, do we pinch hit for Decker with 2 outs? It's sort of an obligatory thing. We have Abernathy, who is basically just as good. Part of me says it's a waste with 2 outs. On the other hand, and Decker's endurance is 4. Any suggestions? Decker pitched well. He retired 3 in order. 2 outs, let him hit. Bill Ivamy says he's going to let him hit, so we will let Decker hit. It just, it's just such a, almost like following the herd, you know what I'm saying? When you pinch hit like that, Decker is a One WR. And he'll get another crack at pitching. Thank you, Bill. Five, nothing. Two outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Decker. 1-4, he struck him out. And that's the fifth for Stoneman. He's allowed only 3 hits. Shut out the Cubs. 5 innings. And I have a question middle of the 6th, and I promise it's not as morbid as the prior one I had. If I could find it, I tweeted it once. Oh, there it is. It's kind of close to the kind of related to demos in a just a, it has to do with a married couple and some untoward behavior by one of them. But it doesn't have to do with, it's not as morbid as my first one. Well, here is Joe Decker coming out to pitch his 2nd inning. Of relief. And it's going to be Decker facing Jose Herrera, who's 2 for 2 today. Jose Herrera. Decker retired the Expos in order when he came in after upon relieving Holtzman, who had allowed a triple and then a base hit. Here's Decker now. And the pitch to Herrera. Herrera. That's 5-7, right-handed. Whoa, that looks like it's going to be a base hit. Yes, it is. It's a single to right. Thrown in by Hickman. 3rd single for Jose Herrera today. A 5-7 right-handed single. That's a juicy single there on a 5-7. Now Herrera went to 13. Decker has a good move, so he is 1-9. Not being held, and not going for anything. And here's Ron Fairley, who homered the 2-run home run in the 2nd. Again, Decker's first endurance is the 4th. in relief. Here's the pitch to Fairley now. That's 5-8, left-handed. It's going to be a grounder to Beckert at second. X. Beckert, a 230. It might be a chance for a double play here if he doesn't boot it. $238.2. It's a G2. No double play, I don't believe. E30, 6-11-12. Uh-oh. And he boots it. Lord. Is it an E30? E30, wow. 6-11-12 E1. G2 E1. And that will be an error to Beckert. And Herrera will go to second. Second error for the Cubs today. And here's John Bateman, right-handed hitter. Okay, Bateman now. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Decker, 6-6. Bateman, right-hander. And that's a base hit. 2 asteroids. Herrera scores. Fairley goes to third. Makes it a 6-0 ball game. First and third, nobody out. It was a 6-6 right-handed. And Abernathy warming. Here's Bobby Wine now. Infield is back. What the hell? Unless you want it in, folks. Here's the pitch to Wine. That's 6-9 right-handed. Oh, Lord, he walked him. And I think, well, you know, I hate to bring in a new pitcher with a pitcher coming up. I just hate that. It doesn't make sense. So what do you say we let, in a 6-0 ball game, we let him face Stoneman and see how he fares? That is my question to you all. Any help would be appreciated. Last batter, infield in. Okay. Unless he gets him out? Infield is in. Okay, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Unless he lets him in, but let's see. The bases are full. Infield is in. And here's Stoneman now. The pitch from Decker. That's 5-6. Whoa, Lord. Stoneman, a right-hander, and he walks in a run. He's just been hitting bad spots there today. And out comes Leo again. That one will be unearned. He walks in a run on a 5-6. You can see his card looks pretty good. Stick a fork in Decker, he is done. Absolutely. He ended up pitching 1 inning, has not retired a batter here. Started off so nicely, 2 hits, walked 2, and has allowed 1 run, 1 unearned and 1 earned, 2 runs. And Ted Abernathy is the pitcher. The Expos are being pescified here today. Ted Abernathy, right-hander, pitched in this game in real world. And the bases remain full. And that's it for Decker. 2 runs in, 7-0. Abernathy is ready. Sutherland, 1 for 3, infield in or out? Bring it in. I mean, it's 7-0. In or out, Bill? The infield is back. Looking at a ground ball A with the bases loaded, it's a 9. Runner on 3rd out. Double play. So there can be a double play, but a run would, yes, there can be a double play. Look at that. Bases loaded, infield in, 9A. The batter is out, the runner on 3rd is out for a double play. Others advance. And Joel confirms. And therefore, we play it. You want to play it in? Want to play it in? Play it out. Okay, we'll play it back. Infield back. No outs. Bases loaded, Sutherland. Abernathy, the new pitcher. Here's the pitch to Sutherland. That's 4-10. Right-handed, fly ball center X. Gamble, 325. .325, 15-3. It's an F2. Probably going to get a run scored on this. Tagging. F2. Gamble E25 in center. 479. Oh my. No, it's going to be a clean F2. for Gamble. Runner on third tags. For the third run. Earned as far as I can tell. And the runner on second may tag. Running speed plus outfielder's arm. That's Wine. With such a lead, I'm not sure. 1 to 11, 1 to 10. We'll let him hold. 3 runs this inning. And only 1 out. And that makes it an 8-0 ball game. Whew, Lord. And here's Staub. And I say, let's go infield back here, Bill, for the double play. It's first and actually, there's no one on third, I'm sorry. First and second. No more coffee. Here's Abernathy now. Goodbye, Leo. 6-7 left-handed, grounds to second X. Beckert has already made an error. Let's see if he can get a double play this time. 6-7 left-handed. Beckert 230. That 30 is really a pain in the neck. $230, 17-2, G1. This could be a double. E30 though. Oh my God. 6-12, 17. Don't tell me again. Yes, it's a 2-base error. Oh Lord, his second of the game. 6-12, 17 on an E30. That's an E2. Read it and weep. So it's a G1 E2. Runners advance 2 bases. Whoa. Second error by Beckert. Wine scores. That'll be unearned. And Stoneman goes to third, second and third. No run batted in. We can, and that's going to be for Decker. 2 unearned runs. Oh, Glenn Beckert. With 2 errors in the same inning. And that makes it a 9-0 ball game. And Bob Bailey now with still only 1 out. Everything is unearned now. Two-base error. Second and third, 1 out. Here's Bailey now. 0 for 3. Infield back. 6-9 right-handed, fly ball center. That's going to tag Stoneman. And it's unearned. For only the second out of the ball game. 3 unearned here. We can close him out. He allowed 1 earned. Wait a minute. This was earned, I'm sorry. He allowed... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Lord. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's allowed 2 runs. 2 earned runs. There we go. Oh. Even though I'm not an expert on that. And it's going to make it a 10-0 ball game. And I think we'll just have time for my question, as we would defer to the noonish game of the week by Baseball Demos. It's a rout. It happens. Here comes Bob Bailey now, Coco LeBoy now. 2 outs. Abernathy trying to get out of this. After 5 runs, here's the pitch. That's 2-7. Oh my Lord, that is a liner to third caught by Santo. Thank goodness. But 5 runs. And let's not take away, besides the rout, 10-0. Let's not take away from the great pitching performance by Bill Stoneman. And now, to finish this off in a timely manner, the rain is pouring. There is a rain delay. And isn't that something, a rain delay called? But here is my question. Wait for it now. I've got to set it up. Oh. And here it is. This author was accused of stabbing his wife with a penknife. He claimed he was trying to relieve her of cancer. His wife did not press charges. He was involuntarily committed to Bellevue Hospital. This one is not quite as morbid as my prior, but it still involves a violent act. But fortunately, she was okay. I didn't know she had cancer. She's a famous author. Anybody at all? No. No on Poe. I didn't know. Was he married? You want a year? It was 1960. No, it was not Boughton. Really, I mean, you know, did you guess the Boughton on the other one? Twain? No, Twain. No. No on Twain. Kathy Harden gets it. Kathy Harden gets it. And I posted a tweet on this. Here he is in felony court with his wife Adele on December 21st in 1960. He was accused of stabbing his wife with a penknife, claimed he was trying to relieve her of cancer. His wife did not press charges. He was involuntarily committed to Bellevue Hospital. So you knew that, Kathy. That's pretty impressive. But that's a pretty crazy thing to do, don't you think? Pretty crazy thing to do. And the rain is coming down. And I invite everybody to go to baseball demos. I don't know when exactly his game will start. There's a rain delay here in Chicago. And this game will resume sometime, I hope, this afternoon, after the game of the week with demos. Hopefully noon on the dot, and that's 6 minutes from now. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Bill Ivamy says Jimmy Wynn got stabbed in 71 by his wife. I didn't know that. And he wrote that he was the Norman Mailer of baseball. Yeah. Did she think he had cancer? Oh, Lord. And I think I have troubles. Oh, Lord, because I have fucked up so much in my life. And I continue to do so. I'll have to check that. We got 5 minutes, but I didn't know this about Jimmy Wynn. I'll tell you, can't forget that these people are humans. Was it? Oh, it was 71. It was 71. I'm checking him out. Well, he only had 404 at bats, which is the least at bats he ever had. He hit 203 with 7 home runs. He did play 123 games. It was in 71. We're getting very close. I'm just going to do a stabbed by wife. A temporary downturn when a domestic dispute with his wife resulted in him receiving a stab wound and abdominal surgery. Bothered by it physically and mentally, he saw his batting average dip to a career low. Whoa. That's just terrible. Thanks a lot for that, Bill Ivamy. And like I said, everybody, let's get ready. And I hope to see you all on the Game of the Week at Baseball Demos. Just do a search for him, Baseball Demos. And you can't miss it. In fact, he's got one coming up that is already set. I don't know if this one will work. In the past, sometimes he has them up and then he has to do another one. Give it a like. And we'll see you there. Take care, everybody.